Played forward to McKenzie, takes a bounce off his skate, intercepted well and held on the blue line. A pass forward and a shot comes in from Luca. A great pass from McKinney over to McKenzie. Vladimir Luca getting a shot away. The netminder did what he needed to hold it down. Luke gets a shot away, winds up for the shot, pad save from Schmittel, rebound comes down, Luca picks it up in the slot and fires it home in the top right-hand corner, in that high slot area, waiting for the puck. Sure enough, the rebound dropped down. You got a lot of work rate from McKinney and McKenzie down low. Luca's in the slot area, they tapped it up to him, and bang, fires it home in the right-hand corner. Great play, good work there from McKinney, looking up, seeing Luca's free, just tapping it with his stick as he reaches over, drops up to the slot, and Vladimir Luca gets his first Telford Tigers goal since signing. He made his debut last night, and now he appears on the score sheet. Time of the goal, 8 minutes and 11 seconds.
You know, he took 2 strides, didn't he, and just let it rip.
It was waiting in that high slot area. Just he had plenty of space. No one was marking him. McKinney saw him, tapped the puck up to him in the slot. He let the shot go. Nice quick release in the back of the net, and the Telford Tigers are first on the score sheet tonight on 8 minutes and 11 seconds with an even-handed goal. Played down deep into the end zone from Christie, goes around the boards. Danny Rose plays it off the barrier. Jameson comes over the blue line, so they go delayed offside. Now a pass forward, good body. It was Howells that took the check there from the MK defenseman. A great way to take the body. It was Christie that threw the hip check in. Nice legal above board. Stewart tries to split the D, and they're going to get a penalty. I think it's probably a hooking penalty. Stewart went through the 2D. One of the D-men came across, closed the gap, and takes a 2-minute minor penalty.
Do you know what?
Puck goes around the boards. Telford take a line change. McKinney's up at the top in front of the bench, tapping his stick for the puck. It bounces over his stick. It's unfortunate. They tried to source pass it across to him. But now, great interception. Luca walks in, fires for the shot. Rocket of a shot into the glass behind the net. And Vladimir Luca once again making an impact on the game. An offside's called. Norris loses his footing. Him and the Telford Tigers defenseman tie up there.
I think he used the most of his snow around the net there as well.
Yeah. They'll build up the snow. Anything to slow the old puck down, eh? Chipped over the top, bounces down. And picked up, it's a walk-in, it's a 1-0, goes for the backhand, carries it round Brad Day, and a defensive error was made to pay. The neutralised puck picked up by MK, drive down, it's a 1-0 against Brad Day, pulls it, fakes to the right, pulls it round to the left, and in goes the backhand behind the netminder, like taking a penalty shot off the centre line. An unfortunate mistake through neutralised was made to pay, and we see this as a 1-1 game now as we approach the end of the period. 19 minutes and 35 seconds, the time on the clock. So now we're sitting on MK 1, Tigers 1.
And we just said, you keep giving them the chances, they'll score. And
MK have got the next line out as the D break it out. And the D will be looking to get a change. Intercepted! And McKenzie gets a shot away, but well read by Jameson's stick, keeping it on the ice, deflecting the puck away from Schmittel's net. McKenzie walks in again, back to Luca, passes through to try and find McKenzie on the back post. It just runs on a little bit to the left, comes across ice. McKinney puts it across the front. It's loose. McKenzie picks it up, gets it on the back post, and Luca pops it into the back of the net. And the second goal of the night for this line. And they get the scoring up to a mark on 1 minute 30 seconds of period 2. I think it was Luca. It might have been McKinney on the back post, but the three of them working the play well on the back post. McKenzie picking up the rebound, using the vision, putting it onto the back post, and popped in the empty net behind Schmittel. Switching sides, lays it off. McKinney cycling in front of the net. Luca up to McKenzie. MK now on the counter-attack. Drive forward, looking for the net, tries to get the shot away, but didn't connect. That was Talbot who drove over.
They're going to get a
call of too many men. Now, I can see why they're querying this, because neither of them touched the puck.
Yeah.
And what I think the referee is instating is, although there was a crossover, one of them must have become involved in the play to get a penalty for that. So when plays back to D, Danny Rose presses forward, splits the play, passes on the left side. Up to Danny Rose, bounces the puck, lets the shot go. Rocket of a shot just over the left post and crossbar. Quick passes side to side. Weaver walks in, winds up, wrist shot away, and goes in the back of the net. And Jonathan Weaver finds himself on the score sheet with a pass from Danny Rose, D to D. And instead of Weaver winding up with that trademark slap shot, he just walked it in, picked his spot, lets the wrist shot go, and in the back of the net it goes. Telford Tigers now a 2-goal lead in the third period, with a power play goal on 4 minutes and 53 seconds for the Telford Tigers. Body's played by Chamberlain. Walk in now from the Tigers, pass comes across, and the puck just bobbles off onto the boards from Milton-Keynes' stick. And now the Telford Tigers take a line change. Weaver, backhanded pass through to Milton-Keynes, drives in, leans in on the backhand, stops, delays, buys himself some time. Weaver comes in, wound up for the first time. It passed across on post to post, and I think it was Jack Hopkins that put it in on the back post. A beauty bit of passing work there, just on the net. As Jack Hopkins is on that back post, look at this as they come in. Hopkins is right on the back post, pass comes across, taps it in the empty net, right behind Smithell on the netminder, and now the Telford Tigers have a 3-goal cushion, 4-1 the score, beautifully executed, time of the goal, 26 minutes and 19 seconds, and suddenly, like I said about this period and how they move and make a marked improvement in the second period, that's exactly what they've done, Andy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, unable to be completed. Mackenzie now switching sides. Carried out by Rose. Field comes in and plays the body. Mackenzie cuts across. And they're using those young players to force the forecheck and maybe disrupt Telford Tigers with their breakout. Pass comes across. Mackenzie now picks it up, walks in, he's got a shot on, lets it go, and goes to the top right-hand corner. And Talbot, Mackenzie and Phil find themselves on the clock pretty much on the first shift. He finds some time, he's given way too much time to pick the spot. He looks for the top corner, Brad Day went for it, and may have had a little bit on it, maybe not, but it went into the top right-hand corner. A beautifully executed goal from Mackenzie for MK Lightning, bringing them the first goal of this period, scored on 31 minutes and 8 seconds. Beautiful execution there on the replay, finding that top right-hand corner.
I think that may be his first goal for MK.
Trying to dig the puck up off the board, a lot of traffic around that puck.
You would have thought the ref would blow it by now.
They're instructed not to, they should just play it on. Because if you blow it, technically, if a player is deliberately holding it in, he goes to penalty. Yeah. And there's a penalty coming on Telford Tigers. And a delayed penalty goal comes from Oliver on the point. Walks in, lets the shot go, finds the top left-hand corner. And suddenly, with a delayed penalty goal, as Brad Day makes his way off the ice, Nick Oliver walks in, lets the wrist shot go, finds the back of the net. And the Telford Tigers counteract that goal just a couple of minutes later on 32 minutes and 18 seconds. The score now reads 6-2, 5-2 in favour of the Telford Tigers, which gives us a 3-1 period now. Picks up the puck behind the net. Norris in the corner, Nags on the point. Puck cycling around, goes across Chamberlain, taking off his feet as he goes through, and that's going to be a tripping penalty that's going to go against as Chamberlain came across the front of the net. The D-men close up, the stick comes across, and it's a hooking penalty as the defenseman's stick was across the body of Chamberlain, took him off his feet. So I think that's Nick Oliver, is it? Yeah, it is, taking a 2-minute minor penalty for hooking. So MK, I think this is only the second power play for MK of the game, only the third in total. Gets held up by Jameson, read it well, stops the puck on the blue line, gives it across to Liam Stewart coming in from the bench. He drives forward, cuts inside, tries to shoot it around the D, but closed up there. Penalty coming. And it's going against Jake Price for slashing, I think. I think it was slashing.
Yeah.
And just look as he goes across. Passes back to Jameson. Jameson now and pushes through to the right side. Let's see what happens now. This time it's carried down by the right side. Stewart's in the supporting role, comes across the front. Chamberlain makes a shot. Brad Day makes the save. Stewart passes across to Jameson. Back up to Stewart at the top of the point. Shot comes in, goes wide, bounced off the boards, and a shot comes in from Jameson. That was a smart little play, actually. They were practicing that in the warm-up, weren't they? Where you make the shot, look like it goes wide, bounces off the boards, reflects out, picked up on the back post and tapped in, I think was the strategic play. Was it Jamo that put it in the back of the net at the end?
Yeah, Jamo got that goal there.
Good little play. I think it was Lishram that set up the play and used that as a method. A power play goal coming up in quick succession, just a few seconds into the power play. 13:01 in this period, which is 53:01. There's 7 minutes left. Now the score sits at 5-3. There's only 2 goals in it. Drive forward comes in. Switches on the backhand. Through into neutral ice, played down low, picks up behind the net. Goal! And that was played from behind the net. I think it was literally shot off the back of Brad Day, and that will annoy Brad, to say the least. It was unfortunate. It's one of them cheeky little plays. I've seen Weaver do it once or twice, where you shoot it at the back of the netminder, either at his pad or his actual back, and it bounces off and drops in the net behind him. And as he was spinning round, it took that deflection and ended up in the back of the net. So let's just have a quick look at the replay as it goes around the back of the net, switches sides, comes across.
Oh, just thrown out the corner right in.
Yeah. Right into that traffic at the front, and suddenly now, we said 2 quick successions, we're on a 5-4 game with 6 minutes left, and momentum definitely sits with MK now. Pass through onto the left-hand side to Norris. He goes down, push boards bound by Goodison. Penalty come in.
Penalty on...
whoever's sat on the MK player, I think. Not sure how that happened, but it was almost like a sort of pylon situation. And the play was down here, and as there was a quick break went, the player side, I think it's McKinnon maybe?
Yeah, and you know what? They don't need another power play against them here, because that's how MK got back into the game.
Is it McKinnon or no, it's McKinney, I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Andy McKinney. Takes a 2-minute minor penalty, so a goal down and they're killing. So you've still got 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to play.
Yeah.
Jameson up on the point, dumps the puck down. Cowley. Stewart's in the high slot, gets the pass, walks across, gives it to Jameson. Jameson switches sides with Stewart, dumps it down deep, calls for the puck, tees it up.
Just didn't quite settle.
Over to Stewart, tees it up, brings across on the split, shot comes in, and there comes the goal, beautifully executed by Adam Lishram. That play between Stewart, Chamberlain and Lishram, suddenly we find ourselves on a 5-5 game with momentum in Milton-Keynes' direction and 3 minutes and 49 seconds left to play. Beautifully executed power play goal.
You said to me earlier that Telford have a really good second period, which they did have, and it slipped for the third.
Yeah.
And they've just picked up a misconduct penalty as well.
And has there been a timeout called, or is it just a misconduct? Or what?
A bit, misconduct and a timeout.
Yeah, pucks through neutral ice, and Jack Hopkins gets a break. MK's Christie puts him into the bench. He wants to get him as far away from the net as he can. The fans are calling for a penalty as he takes him in, but I think it was a fair, clean hit. I think it's frustration on the Telford Tigers fans' behalf now as they see the Tigers in the end zone moving the puck around. Mackenzie's taken off his feet, and that's going to go with a penalty on Jameson. You can see his sticks through his skate. It wasn't intentional, but his stick got caught in his skate. Therefore, he tripped him up. It's not about intent, it's about what you do. He tripped him up. He might not have intended to, he tripped him up. 5-5 the score. Mackenzie wins the draw, goes back to Danny Rose. Danny Rose, Silverthorne. Up to the point. Weaver switches sides, tries to shoot it, only gets as far as Connolly's leg pad through. Cowley's leg pad, should I say. Through to neutral ice. Weaver carries it in once again. Silverthorne drives through the middle. Good stick lift. Young Cowley's making a real impression on this game for me tonight. Walk-in, rocket of a shot from Weaver. Schmittel with the catch in mid-save. Scoops the puck out of the air. Not giving up. He's driving through.
Bags of experience.
To be fair, even Weaver's younger than me. Christie in front, Silverthorne battling for that possession. Puck goes up, Weaver winds up, fakes it, walks it in, puts it on his wrist shot, carries, tries to tickle it in past the post. Schmittel gets there, the puck comes across the front, and this time Silverthorne ties up. There's pushing and shoving between Silverthorne and Christie, and Schmittel did what he needed to keep the puck out of the net, and now Mackenzie at the back of the net feeds it up. Telford Tigers throwing everything at this. They have the man advantage, or they did have. We're back to 4-on-4 play. Walked in, splits through the middle.
Oh.
And Lucas collides with Mitchell King. He's now not got a stick. He needs to take a line change.
What a
A dive from Danny Rose, a swing of the stick. The net ends up off the moorings because as Danny Rose comes back, he throws everything at it. He skates, he reaches, he hangs onto his stick as he flicks it across the body to dispossess the puck. He loses footing, he crashes into the back post, taking the net off its mooring. What a back check from Danny Rose. That's worth man of the match, that play itself.
Fantastic play there.
Hopkins passes through to Weaver, carries it over, winds up, shoots just over the top left-hand corner. It was going for the top corner, it went over, hit the dash in front of us, goes all the way back to their defensive end. Now, pass through to the top, MK can't get a stick to it. Stick check comes across, penalty goes up, and there it comes.
There's a penalty shot.
Now,
shots.
I don't think it is a penalty shot, and now there's Weavers mixing sticks. They collided. Now that delayed penalty, what it will mean is the player that delayed penalty was assessed on cannot take a penalty shot.
Yeah.
Scott McKenzie pulls to the left, walks up, they look eye to eye. McKenzie shoots, Schmittel saves, stick save. Liam Stewart skates up to the puck. Weaves to the right, back to the left, comes down the middle lane, puts it on the right side, forehand shot. Brad Day makes the pad save, the puck tickles on, and
It's going to rip a slap shot.
there we go. No, he's not. Pulls wide to the left, pulls inside, shoots and scores! Puts it in the right side. Looks up to the fans, drops the stick in the holster, and now the Telford Tigers are a goal up. Lishram skates up, goes wide to the left, cuts inside, puts it on his forehand, walks in, plays the fake, tries to put it in the backhand. Brad Day read it well, kicked out the pad. Jason Silverthorne. Schmittel stands side onto him as he sets up, trying to psych him out of the play. Silverthorne starts the wheel going, pulls to the left. Schmittel comes out, projects forward. Silverthorne fakes, puts it through, goes for the 5-hole, and he stops it. Talbot versus Day. Talbot starts at the blue line, crosses over, skates up, picks up the puck.
Slow
Switches sides, the crowd start booing, he shoots and scores to the right! And suddenly we go to sudden death. Norris for MK, takes the first shot of the sudden death penalty shots. Norris weaves side to side, pulls it across, shoots, Brad Day makes the pad save, deflects the puck away into the corner.
And make himself an
skates up to the puck.
Instant hero.
Switches sides, goes very wide right, comes through, looks across, fakes, puts it through on the backhand, and Schmittel read it well. Pad save, sending the puck into the corner. So now, up to the puck he skates, taps it forward, walks it down the centre lane on the right side with a double fake, puts it on the backhand. Jap Hopkins with his first penalty shot. The young guy's got nothing to lose as he skates forward. If he can put this in the net, it's a win for the Telford Tigers on the OT. Shoots and a pad save. And you see him look up, think, well, I gave it what I'd got. Schmittel. In we go. Lishram's got some space. Pace up, shoots. Brad Day. I can't even see from here. Skate in. Fakes, goes for the shot. It was Luca again. He just keeps throwing him out.
Are they playing Juice Boy?
I think it might be. Well, he goes wide at that weave. Cuts in, shoots and scores! Now, the Telford Tigers, if they do not score this...
McKenzie.
Scott McKenzie can tie this up for the Tigers or an MK penalty shot win.
Which you wouldn't have thought so, like you said earlier.
Nowhere near. Scott McKenzie drives in, switches sides, all or nothing. Scott taps it in and puts it under him and scores! The confidence of Scott McKenzie. For MK Lightning, Jameson hits the puck, goes wide to the left. Brad Day comes in, Jamo makes the shot, Brad Day makes the save. Will Schmittel call his bluff? McKenzie drives in, switches sides, cuts across, shoots, and this time it was a save.
Couldn't do it this time.
It was the trickle that did it.
Yeah, for the last time.
It's going on the quick break, weave, left to right, shoots and scores to the left side.
Done it again.
Find its way in, and he took it down. Weaves wide, cuts in, tees it up, shoots and scores to the left side. Beautifully executed to keep the Telford Tigers in the game. Pulls it to the right, switches left, right, left, pulls it in, shoots, pad save.
Same side.
Walks in, Schmittl's moving. Sets it, shoots and hits the post. Beat the netminder, hit the post. Brad Day stares it out, comes out, taps in. Talbot comes in, loses the puck, it runs off his stick. Silverthorne hits the blue line. Comes in from the right side, fakes, puts it on the backhand, tries to tip it over the leg pad. He'd beat the netminder, he'd gone through, but the little chip up and over. Barnes Garner pulls to the left. Delays, walks in, shoots. Brad Day makes the pad save.
5-hole.
Finlay Howells comes up, cuts to the left side.
Finlay 5-hole.
Puck on his right hand. No, shoots and a catching mitt save, wasn't it? He went up. Shot. Aggressive. Mitchell King steps up to the puck. Switches sides. Walks it in. Shoots and scores through the 5-hole. And Mitchell King gets the game winner in the penalty shots for the Telford Tigers and celebrates at centre ice. I think for Tom Watkins, that's bittersweet. I think there'd be a lot of thought that actually it should never have got this close. It should never have gone to overtime and penalty shots. They'll be happy with picking up the single point, but I think there'll be a glimmer of frustration from Tom Watkins that they didn't kill this game off long before the full-time whistle.
Absolutely. Second period, it was done and dusted, wasn't it, really?
I'm intrigued on whether your evaluation is pleased with the outcome or frustrated you didn't kill the game earlier on.
Both.
Yeah,
yeah, both. We won. It wasn't the way we planned it. It wasn't pretty. Disappointing to give up 3 in the third period. Proud of the boys that went out in the shootout. It's not an easy task, and certainly those that have got the game on their stick at that point when they're carrying the puck to the zone. Obviously, Brad kicked well. I'm pleased for the weekend. Good 4-point weekend against two rivals. We shouldn't let a team back in, whoever it is, at 5-2. We should be able to shut the game down, and it's something we've been working hard to try and do. Perhaps a little bit fortunate. We didn't really get many calls tonight, and we give up 2 on the PP. And the first one is kind of probably a broken play that breaks off the backboard and then rebounds right to the guy's stick. So, bit of disappointment in there. Proud of how we reacted, really, because you've got to stop that those momentum, those changes. So. End of the day, we got it done.
But when we were watching, we were intrigued at the end of the first because the two teams kind of neutralised each other out in the first, and we've seen countless times where the Tigers have had a really strong second period, but often have gone into the dressing room a goal or two down in that second period, and they came out all guns firing, even though they're even Stevens, and to have 3 unanswered goals. You must have been pleased with that second period performance.
Second period was, we were solid. I didn't think we got stuck, and it hasn't been one of our best periods through the season. We've had a lot of end zone time and got stuck on the long change, and it's difficult to get guys back to the bench. But the work ethic, the goals we scored, we moved the puck extremely well. We battled, we were first to races. We got pucks to the paint and to the net, and we got rewarded by it. And I thought our neutral zone at that point, our neutral zone forecheck was good, and that was one of the criticisms really of the third period, that we gave up too many zones too easily. It was too easy to come through the neutral zone with speed and back our D in and essentially get themselves camped out in our end zone there. So, like I say, we've got to work harder to make sure that we can lock a game down. No, we're not going to give up anything else and win the hockey game with ease.
And of course, new addition to the team, Vladimir Luka, making an impact on that second line, and they looked in that second period like they've been playing together for years.
Yeah, he's a smart hockey player. He's good on the puck. He makes some real good plays. I thought he had a very strong game last night in Swindon, really good on the walls. He's very unfortunate not to get one last night, to be fair, when we got a penalty called on us at the same time, but stepped up tonight with 2 massive goals and obviously a third one in the penalty shot as well.
How nail-biting are those penalty shots? As a coach, there's nothing you can do. You put your guy out there and you're on the edge of your seat like the rest of us, I suppose.
Yeah, with control. Yeah, you're looking up and down the bench, and you got a lot of guys there that want to take it, and it's a bit luck of the draw. By the time you pick a guy, you send a guy, he scores, you send him again, he misses. So I don't think there's any rocket science. I think it's probably best to keep changing the rotation a little bit. They just changes what the goalie's seeing and perhaps the guy's hand and how they release the puck and things like that. But Austin scored 2 big goals in there and a great game winner. And
a quick shout out, because next week, of course, the Teddy Bears toss where you support the local hospital.
Yeah, good event. Pleasure to be able to support, and shame we won't be able to go in and do a proper children's ward visit as we have done previously. But hopefully our fans will make Teddy's reign on the ice and give us a good 10-15 minute pick up of clear and hundreds of teddies. It'd be a pleasure to be able to be part of it and give that back to the kids locally and certainly the hospital that do a fantastic job.
Lovely, thank you, Tom.
Thanks.
So, a good performance, a good result, or are you frustrated that you didn't finish the game off earlier?
Well, yeah, we definitely should have finished the game off. As soon as it went 5-2, we should have just locked it down and stayed defensive, because we didn't need any more goals to win, did we? So, but it was how it was.
So when it got to penalty shots, were you really up for taking one? How did you sort of feel about that? What was your approach to them?
I was in two minds about it. Like, yeah, I want to take one and help the boys out, but then nerves and everything.
You don't want it to be your fault if it doesn't work
exactly. But yeah, I was up for it. When Tommy gave me a shout, I was up for it.
And when they kept going as well, you thought, right, we've got this,
yeah.
and then suddenly the counter was there.
Yeah, I don't know how many shots we had in the end.
It felt like it was just going on and
I thought the game was never going to end. But
and then how did it feel to put the one in that meant that you got the win?
Yeah, it's a good feeling, man. I've never had that feeling. I've never scored an overtime goal, never scored a winning penalty shot, so it's a good feeling to have. Yeah.
And I mean, just looking at your recent form, you've been moved around the lines quite a lot. There's been quite a lot of adjustments played because of injuries, and you seem to be adapting well. How are you finding your time here in Telford?
I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm loving it. I feel like playing on every line and everything, it just helps me as a player, because I'm building chemistry bonds with everyone on the team then. So I could play in any position, I could play on any line, any power play, PK, anything.
And I think one of the things that's showing about this league, which is probably different to how it's been in previous years, is how at the start of a game you can't necessarily determine who's going to win a game. Whereas I think a few years ago you could pick a couple of teams and say, right, they've got this.
Yeah.
Whereas now almost every period is uncallable.
Yeah, I think it's a very even league this year, I think. Coming in after the Spring Cup, I didn't really know what to expect. I know Telford have had success in recent years, but so far it's been very close. Everyone's beating everybody. Everyone's like put up a fight each game. There's no real high-scoring games, is there? So,
absolutely. Well done on that winning penalty shot. Good work.
Thank you.